Hello, everybody. Welcome to Trigger Warning. I'm late, but I am joined by, and you'll notice he's not in his bitch box this week, Mr.
Oh,
Graham.
really?
Yeah, Mr. Graham Booth.
Ooh, I'm all big. I don't think anyone will respect me, but still.
No, but you
Oh,
know, at least you're not in a bitch box.
there we go.
That's
Sorry,
a
I
good
had the
thing.
thing on then. Where are you? Where are you? I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you?
I don't know.
I had a senior moment then, didn't I?
Did you have a bit of a boomer moment there? Yeah.
They're all calling me fat, Hayden.
You are chunky these days.
Tell him. Tell him.
He's not fat. He's just big boned.
Just it's muscle. It's mass.
Yeah, it's relaxed muscle. He's just feeling relaxed, and when he relaxes, it settles. But
The fuck, man.
when you see him during the day, he's ripped. Sorry, two of my cats are fighting in the next room. He's ripped.
Yeah, man. It's all muscles.
I had to shave today. I had to shave the beard. I'd had enough of the full
Yeah.
beard thing. Yeah, and also after seeing the fact that Richie Allen refuses to shave for his broadcasts, I think somebody has to set some standards.
I know your jibes of him. Like every time he goes live, and you text me and going, you always text me going, he looks homeless today, doesn't he? He looks homeless. But then, like the way you've been, because you do. Once your beard grows out, you slip into it with the rest of you. You just start wearing wax and stuff, and you're like, well,
Well, what was it? I think I put I don't know if it was a super chat. I just said you look like a fucking tramp.
Did you do one as well?
I think I've super chatted him a couple of times.
I love that we pay money to insult Richie, and he's
A
like,
guy,
oh,
a guy I can just phone.
I know, yeah. He'll text me. He takes my calls and shit. It's fine, yeah. But no, here's £2.
Well, before we get going, Meat Space sold out.
I know.
We've sold out all 30 tickets that were made available.
Mm-hmm.
Gone. That's it. I can't believe it.
I know you didn't think we were gonna, did you? You were like, dude.
I thought we were going to sell about 3, 4, and I'm not joking. Genuinely, that's why I wouldn't do the event for like nearly a year. I just kept saying no. But yeah, it's sold out, so we're stoked.
We'll almost definitely be able to afford Vimto then.
Oh yeah, definitely. Not much more, but we can definitely do Vimto.
Not the whole brand stuff. Vimto, legit Vimto.
Well, we've still got to buy a few technical bits and pieces and hire all the chairs.
Yeah, we do need chairs. Chairs. That's an issue.
But if it goes well, someone just said, was it the John Sweeney comment that put you off? No, it was Mrs. Hewitt's comments.
Yeah, don't care about all the abuse you get off you. That's just a wall of noise. Although I am going to cry over all the fat comments once we go off air.
I say, guys, you have to realise that after all these years, it might be that I don't take too much to heart what I read on the internet. just maybe, you know. But no, it was just getting annoying, and it was itchy, and it grows really thick and just annoying. Manly, being an alpha male, I grow an alpha male's beard, which is thick and wiry. So it had to go. Who have we got in tonight? And Graham's just waiting for me to inform me that he's a beta male. I was sat in a room with Graham and Marty 2 days ago.
Here we go.
Evil Marty. Yeah, Evil Marty's got a full beard now.
Yeah, he has. I told him off as well, didn't I? Straight away. What are you doing?
The beta in that room was palpable, and yeah, it was me that did the hoovering up. So it must rub off. Who's in anyway? We got Buckscore. Hello, Buckscore. Young Alex, of course, is manning the boards tonight as usual. We got Happy Dog, Topperoon, Ricky Vasquez. Oh, fucking hell. Drinks his own piss, Graham. Keeps bottles of it till they go off. We got Dippy Derrick, Morgan Evans, The Vapist, and Smoke Steve, and many other people who don't speak. They just sit and watch. Hello.
Hi everyone. How you doing? It's good though, isn't it? Like last thing on Meat Space before you go, the room's totally clear now, isn't it? Which we couldn't even show most of it because it was files and office stuff, but it was private. But it's all gone now, hasn't it? And I turned up on Wednesday, just pretty much at the end when it had been finished.
Well, I went in on the Tuesday, didn't I?
Yeah.
So-
I was supposed to be there. I'm sorry I didn't come. I'm sorry.
I think we can give you a full pass on that one. That's fine. I think that's fine. You've been in there without me anyway, so.
I know. I just turn up, and there's always someone new. And you know what? Respect to that dude from the warehouse because he proper followed me. All the other bitches just did what they were told, but he was like, "No, I'm verifying that you're actually here because obviously you weren't there when I got there." But yeah, good on him. Should have done that. I could have been anyone. Just letting myself in, smiling. I used to do that when I made films. You know, I'd just walk in with the whole crew, just grinning. And everyone, in fact, what I'd do is I'd phone up and ask for the manager, find out when the manager wasn't going to be in, and then turn up. Because off that one phone call, I'd know two things. I'd know the manager's name, and then I'd know when they weren't there. So I'd just turn up saying, "Oh, Julie's, is she not in today? Well, we're booked in to film at the swimming pool." Then we just walk into the pool and swim.
By the way, if you are coming to Meat Space, you'll be able to see just how much weight Graham has put on.
Oh, fucking hell. I've got 2 weeks, haven't I? To just
He's still slimmer than me, okay, by quite a margin. But I think at some point in the next 6 months, it could cross over. Because he says he'll do something about it, but he won't.
What the fuck is with all the fucking fat comments, man? I've put on a couple of dad pound, but it's not the end of the world. Jesus Christ.
I'm fine with you getting as fat as you want. You know, right up until I have to get someone new for the show because they can't get you out of your fucking bedroom without the fire brigade.
I know, I'm just there like that Warcraft guy from South Park. Hi, Hayden.
Although, to be fair, that would be super cool.
Just gone. I'm always in the same place like Crip Daddy. Just
Cup of tea's in. Hello, cup of tea.
Hiya, mate.
And saggy tits. I guess, why not? Why wouldn't there be?
So what are you doing tonight? I thought I was going to be in the little bitch camera. Are you going to be doing rants or are we staying on like a
I just thought I'd have it like a Tuesday. Why not? Do it different. Because we've got a studio show next week. But no studio show the week after that because it's Meat Space on the Saturday, which, by the way, if you're not attending, and no, most won't be, we will be broadcasting from around 7 p.m. UK time. We'll put the running order out and what will be available for you to watch online and what won't. Because at a certain time, obviously, we're turning the cameras off and then it's just for us and the people in the room so that we can say things that won't get people in too much trouble. Happy Dog says, a couple of dad pounds, for fuck's sake. You're 2 burgers away from having to wash with a cloth on a stick.
Such a dick. I saw that one and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to ignore it. But then you were like, stop the show. Let's not do any stories.
A cloth on a stick.
I'm not that fat. I'm trying to keep it down tonight. I shouted quite a lot earlier. I went live after reading that mirror thing and just sat here screaming. And then I heard my neighbour was in. I was like, oh, God, shit.
They must be used to you by now.
Well, I've just moved, haven't I? So the really good relationship that I had for years with my neighbours, and then when I started doing YouTube, I'm going to be like, here's the times, this is when I'm going to be screaming. I don't know anything.
Aphid Lips just asked, will there be a circle jerk at Meat Space? Dude, I don't even like shaking hands very much. What do you think the odds are that I'm going to grab a hold of a cock?
The house lights will be off, though, so, you know, people are going to do what they're going to do.
As long as they clean up after themselves, I really don't mind.
I can't wait. I can't fucking wait.
Oh, it's gonna be
I'm
good.
doing the mother of all rants for it as well. And oddly enough, I as I have found out on Wednesday when I saw you in person, Rich is the person who inspired my rant. And I didn't know that when I came up with the idea, but it was I saw him having a little argument on Twitter, and I was like, oh, here we go. I didn't get involved. I wanted to, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna write a 15-minute screaming rant about this instead.
I'm not going to go into details. I spoke to a cool guy today who works. He's one of the volunteers, archive.org.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, I was having a chat with one of them today. I won't go into the ins and outs. It's not business or anything, obviously, but Yeah, and they said if you're ever in San Francisco, you can come in and check it out.
That'd be interesting. I like archive.
I think it's a righteous endeavour and always has been. Bloody useful as well.
Mm. Oh, fuck off, Ricky. What, dude? No, I don't. I sometimes get rashes on my neck because I'm quite sensitive to weather changing. No, I am. When I have to start moving to jumpers and scarves and stuff, I always get like blotches on my neck. It's like I'm very, very. But it's just.
I get a barber's rash.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but I get it just like all around my neck, and it's like it's scarves and jumpers that do it. I get all like oh
Scarves.
And yeah,
what kind of a man wears a scarf?
Well, that's the problem, right? Because there's all the lack of man things like, oh, my sensitive skin, I'm flaring up with the weather changing. Because it happens again when we move to the summer. Because I've got to adjust back to t-shirts then. But then I'm too manly to put cream on of any kind, so it just irritates me for weeks. I'm like,
I've always said that you're way too manly for things like that.
Yeah, don't use cream. I do use a scarf.
Ricky wants to know if you get fat people rashes between your legs.
I know. No, but you know what? I've got very hairy legs, so when I'm cycling and stuff, I do get sore thighs and
chafing.
I get a sore arse as well. In the middle there. Oh, I'm like a goat down there, mate. It's ridiculous. Like Mr. Tumnus. I'm like quite clean up top, and then. Doof. Which you wouldn't know because you've seen me take my top off loads of times. There's a bit of hair, nothing crazy, but as soon as you get waist down, it's like a rug.
Well, I managed not to see that because I refused to turn around that time. You were pointedly getting changed behind me.
I know, yeah. I snuck up behind you getting naked, and I was like literally just getting naked.
I just
behind
thought,
you.
I'm not fucking turning round.
No.
I'm not doing it.
I'm getting changed, Hayden. Hayden, I'm getting changed. Do you like my boy short? The Sophies.
That was in the last studio, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that lovely lady walked in, and yet she still won't let me in. And I literally, last time I saw her, and she wouldn't let me through the front door. And she was like, oh yeah, I know Aiden's always with that lad with the bike. And I'm there with my bike. And I was like, literally saying, dude, you've seen me in my underwear several times. How do you still not recognize me? It's obviously me. And then we phoned, and you were like, "Oh no, I don't know who he is."
What else am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to say, "Yeah, that's Graham. Just let him up"? Come on, dude, you can't play the game like that.
Alex, what do you mean clip? You're not clipping this, are you?
I hope so.
Just don't clip this for a release. Maybe clip it for Twitter. We need to start doing that, don't we? Like little 2 minute. Segments.
That'll drag him in off Twitter. You talking about you chafing?
No, but like little 1 to 2 minutes that completely misrepresent the show. I like the idea of that. Just
we got on the old BVTV account. It's got a warning now.
Oh really?
For an old copy of the Live Leak show. So what could be the problem with that? I wonder. I went and looked, and I think it was the guy having the 2-foot dildo dragged out of his arsehole. I think that's what did it. Gosh, I hope Lively gets streaming back soon. I'm on fucking.
No.
I am on tenterhooks. Tenterhooks.
The exciting thing about Live Leak is, and it's not like we'll abandon YouTube. We'll still be very much involved with everyone here because there's a good little community. But there is that nice feeling of like it's like having fuck you money in it.
Yeah.
Like when we got banned from YouTube for 3 months or whatever it was, we just laughed about it. It was quite literally a joke. We were just like, we'll just stream it on another channel. Who cares though? It doesn't matter.
Didn't we get banned? We came back for 1 week and then we were banned again for another 3 months.
Yeah,
that was it. Yeah, that was it.
But even the set itself was a bannable offence. We had like swastikas and tits everywhere,
dildos
and. But yeah, hopefully we'll get it back soon. Obviously, I can't speak because it's not on me. It's not like I can grease the wheels on that or anything.
Everyone thinks you can, don't they? You get emails, don't you, about stuff problems online?
Oh, I get a lot of emails. But the problem is, every now and again, I'll go, Hayden, have you fucking seen this? And then what happens is, even though I don't have any influence and I don't have any back end, I've got nothing to do with Live Leak beyond my user channel, the same as what anyone else has got, and yet. every now and again I'll show you some email because it's that ridiculous. But then you end up sorting it out. You end up going, well, let me take a look at his back end, shall we? Let's see what's going on here. So the irony is that, like, yeah, you know, if you do want to sort something out, it might be a good idea to send me a huge message because
it could get it done, or it could just have me turning and going, oh fuck that.
Yeah. Or, well, here's the other thing though. It's a risk because if it comes through me, there's a good chance that you'll just go, whoop, delete. Sorry, fuck off, not interested. Which has happened.
It used to, Wingman John used to get it. You know,
oh yeah,
I know you're a part of Lively. Really harsh.
Please stop making fat jokes, guys.
Just you make all the fat jokes you want. Don't let him tell you what to do.
I don't mind the pedo jokes because I've never done a kid in my life. Well, not apart from when I was a kid myself.
Fat pedo.
But because I am actually.
Oh, that's the next T-shirt. Graham is a fat nonce.
I quite like the idea of just fat nonce. I like that. Just slightly bubbled, rounded writing, only slightly. Just fat nonce.
I'm going to do that. I'll just get a new picture of you. You can't just have the writing. You got to have a picture as well. I'll see if I can get them printed in Europe. Not the same, because no one will know what it means. So
yeah.
They just print them out. Where's my pen? I need to write this down.
Fat
Right.
nonce.
Let's hope that Mrs. Hewitt doesn't find this particular note that I'm about to leave for myself. Graham.
She just
fat nonce.
She just walks past in the morning and goes, "Oh, that's the man that Hayden's just invited into our home." Wonderful.
Yeah. He's a fat nonce.
He's a fat. What if your lad finds it?
That'd be right. What's a nonce? What's a nonce, Daddy? Graham's son.
Humiliated by him. He just keeps calling me out, and I'm crying because I can't do anything back because he's a kid, and I'm just like, oh.
And when other kids are coming to the door with the parents for candy when you guys are here, and he says, "This is Graham. He's a nonce."
Don't say that round there. They won't recognise me now because of the short hair. I don't want anyone to know it's that fella.
Well, we better move on, aren't we? By the way, guys, as we said, Meat Space has sold out. I don't know if we can once we got all the chairs in, if a couple more can be squeezed in, we might make a couple of tickets available. We have got a couple of guests as well, so I don't know. But Trigger Warning does rely on your support. We couldn't keep the lights on without you guys. It's too expensive now. So if you would like to help support the Trigger Warning project, which is the shows, the website, everything else, and all the things we want to do, Alex has just popped the information in chat there, but you can go to patreon.com/triggerwarningtv and become a patron, or you can just PayPal us directly through the site. It all goes to Trigger Warning, and it's all hugely appreciated, hugely important, and you can leave delicious super chats in here as well, which is nice.
Yes.
And also, we're guaranteed to read out whatever you put on a super chat, providing it's legal.
Yeah, I know some of you are worried about the cut with Super Chat and all that, and then obviously with PayPal we get a bigger cut. But to be honest, it's nice to have a mix of two because at least YouTube are getting a financial incentive for hosting this nonsense. You know, ultimately, they are dirty capitalists.
I love it when they say we're going to limit your advertising on this video. It's like, what you mean we won't get the whole 3.5 pence?
I know, yeah. We've got one video that just shows less than 1 cent. It's got the little less than triangle, and it's like less than 1 cent. And I'm like, okay, cool, sweet. What does that even mean? Like, why even register that?
To be honest, it's not the future anyway. We're just gonna have to rely on people's sport and maybe events.
I'm not even that fat. I've put on a little bit. I've lost weight overall since you first saw me.
What?
When I did Game Face, I used to be whale tubbier.
No, you didn't, mate.
It's fucking bullshit. This is all fucking bullshit.
Who are you lying to, dude? We've got all the videos. It'd be like me saying, yeah, I was cut as fuck 2 years ago. Yeah, and then they go and watch the video and I've got 8 chins.
Fucking bullshit.
That was a weird one, that little test thing we saw from Twatsack, who cut together from the first Trigger Warning show.
Yeah, I really liked that.
And the one from a recent one, and it was strange. I've aged dreadfully as well in that time. Disgracefully.
I looked I've noticed I look a lot less stressed when I'm in the studio. I'm just sort of chilling out a bit. It's nice. It's fun. Oh, for God's sake. My mum's just texted me. She's laughing at me. Thanks, everyone. My mum can see your messages and she's laughing at me. She's laughing at you. So well done.
Graham's mum, he has been packing it on a bit of late and he's carrying a bit of timber now. It's true, isn't it?
Don't watch the Thursday one. Just watch the other ones.
Have you got any pictures of him as a kid when he was fat? Because if so, just email them to me, not to Graham, and I'll make sure they're only used responsibly. Because I totally raped his MySpace a few years ago and showed all those.
I know.
I don't think I kept them, sadly, but I think people would have appreciated them even more now.
Yes, probably. Yeah, they probably would have done. Well, you could find them. You can find them here and there.
I know it's not the correct vernacular these days, but some of them were proper bent, mate.
I know. Well, it was an in-joke. Look, there was context to it, okay? There was just a whole joke around long socks and a lollipop, so I just did a couple of pictures where I literally just put my girlfriend's socks on and sucked on a lollipop and took photos. And it was meant to be like faux. The thing is, right, I was ahead of the curve because everyone on Instagram's doing that now.
If they're trans, yeah.
Back then, man, though, I was like on it. I was way ahead of the curve.
Yeah. What are you dressing as at Halloween, by the way?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of want to go as Baldy from Baldy's Basics. Just because I kind of like the idea of scaring kids.
I've just had a text message from Tez.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's already on the Fat Nonce t-shirt thing.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, bless you, Tez. Good man, sir. Which reminds me, Tez, please text me tomorrow if I forget to call you. Please text me tomorrow sort of after lunch. I've got to give you a shout, get a couple of things sorted out.
Yeah, yeah, because we need to look at... there was a couple of things we wanted to give people presents, didn't we?
Not everyone.
No, but we were talking about... Well, I don't want to say it on air because if it falls through, then everyone's like, where's my personalised mouse mat? But no, there was a couple of suggestions we had, didn't there? There was that one in particular.
I know the one.
Yeah.
I know the one. See if we can get it sorted in time. But let's move on because we've already done 35 minutes. No, we haven't. It's just been live that long. We've only done 25 minutes.
Yeah, and it's just been fucking fat jokes the whole time.
You're fat.
They're relentless now.
Well, they've noticed.
They've noticed that it annoys me. That I'm not even that fat.
Graham's going to start wearing like horizontal stripes soon.
That isn't fat. I got dad arms, man. What are you on about?
Fucking bingo wings.
There's no wings. There's no wing. What are you on about? All right. There's a little bit of neck. A little bit.
In a couple of months, that's going to be fucking wonderful.
Well, when you take a picture on the couch and it's like, oh, like anyone can do that. A skinny person can do that, but I can do it really well at the moment, and the beard doesn't help. Oh, there I am. I'm looking more and more like Crip Daddy every day.
There's nothing wrong with being a chubby funster. It's fine. It's fine. Being a fat nonce isn't quite as good, but Hello, Nat Lynch. Nat Lynch.
Oh, Nat Lynch.
There
yeah, thanks for joining us, Nat. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Thanks for joining us with the fucking fat jokes.
That's a goiter, Graham. Might want to get your thyroid checked.
I've not got bingo wings either, thank you very much. Were you insane? Graham Two Boots. Fuck off. I'm
just going to bask in this for a while.
I know, it's just fucking ridiculous.
I've been the fat one on this for 5 years. Allow me to just enjoy it for a little bit, all right?
I'm not even though. Look, right, okay, look, right, like, okay. There's a little bit of belly. There's a dad belly there going on. I'll accept that.
Down syndrome Iron Man.
I've not got tits.
Buy 'em bad.
Buy and burn.
Buy 'em, buy 'em bam.
Buy and burn.
I'm going to fucking hell and you're coming with me.
Oh, dude, I've got to stop letting slip when I drop her off at school. You know, they're like, we're building a studio at the moment. It's like, oh, what do you do there? Oh, educational things. Bye. That's just like, because they've got my full name.
Well,
They can just check me out.
Let them watch it, dude. Don't be shy.
I know.
You shouldn't be ashamed of who you are, Graham. Well, some aspects of your character you should probably be ashamed of. Like,
I just want,
the Nazi and the nonce bits, but I wouldn't tell them about that.
It's weird, actually. Remember that video I did, Make Fascism Great Again? And it was like, every now and again we'll get a new comment on it. And I'm like, who's going all the way that far back? Or what are they searching to get that video up on their feed? How is that appearing for anyone at all?
Graham Booth, Nazi nonce.
Graham Booth, fat nonce. Oh.
So, yeah, on Twitter, hashtag fat nonce.
Fat nonce. Yeah. Everyone tweet at me, fat nonce. It'll confuse the shit out of everyone. Shut up, little glob. Oh, I'm seriously, little glob. Aren't you like a sweet? This is ridiculous now. I don't even have tits. They're just like, it's muscle. You can touch it on Saturday when you come down. It's hard.
I wouldn't do that. He's all sweaty after riding his bicycle.
I'm not getting my bike down, actually.
No, we've got to be there from lunchtime, haven't we?
Yeah, I don't. It's more, I want to be able to have a drink after and not be worried.
You know what we should have done?
What?
Had some VIP tickets.
Right.
Not to go noncing with you or anything, but, get there early and we could all go to Pizza Hut. But we
could have done.
We didn't do that. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. We might actually walk away with a bit of money if we do it that way. Imagine that, hey? It'll be nice though, covering costs, and everyone have a great night out.
That'll do for the first one. I'm still absolutely blown away. I say cough it up some. Cough the evil nonce out yourself.
Are you ever going to do a story? I don't like anything. Hey!
I've been enjoying the fat thing. I do have quite a few things I'd like to talk about, though. First one being Harry Dunn, young man who was killed.
Sorry, I'm not smiling at Harry Dunn there, sorry.
We all know you're a despicable fucking excuse for a human being. Don't worry about it. But the wife of a US intelligence officer stationed over here pulled out onto the wrong side of the road because she's a fucking idiot and hit him. He was on his motorbike. He wasn't speeding. He was on the right side of the road. She just drove right into him. Harry died. He was only a young man. He was 19. Now, Anne Sakulis was advised to run back to the USA and claim diplomatic immunity, which she did, which I don't understand. But you see, the White House got involved, Donald Trump got involved, and they brought Harry Dunn's parents to the White House. All that way to tell them that we're not sending Ms. Sakulis to the UK. But if you'd like to see her, we've got her in another room.
Yeah, literally. Like they thought they were going to have a serious heart-to-heart with the president. She was waiting like a TV show.
Would you like to meet the woman that only 7 weeks ago killed your son and escaped justice? Would you like that?
I know you'd like to kill her with your bare hands, but there's Secret Service everywhere, so it's not going to happen.
No, it's fucking unreal. I can't believe they did that. I can't believe they did it. Why would you do that to someone's parents who just lost the son?
A room full of press as well, wasn't they? All waiting like they were just announcing Spider-Man joining the Avengers or something.
People can go on about Trump derangement syndrome and whatever, but it's things like this that he would had to have approved. That make you realise that for all we laugh and joke about his trolling and that, and this is in no way an endorsement of anyone else. So, fucking cool your tits. The man's a cunt.
Even the God Emperor makes mistakes from time to time, Hayden.
This
It's
is
got to be admitted.
this is a massive mistake. I mean, how could you do that? I can't imagine the pain of losing a child. And then to know that the woman who did it won't even have to face justice.
Yeah,
But apparently she feels terrible.
I'm sure she does.
So that makes it all better.
Someone kills my little girl and the president invites me round. There's no way on earth that anything on my mind is that I'm going to be surprised by the killer and the world's press. It's just like, no.
Would you like to see her? Pardon? No,
What,
what?
like in a room, like a quiet, like,
No, we can bring her in so you can get some closure. Oh, on my dead child.
I know. I would literally want a windowless room with no cameras in. That's all I'd want at that point. Not some fucking heart to heart. I mean, maybe in a year later, because it could very well have been a genuine accident and all that.
There's nothing genuine about driving down the wrong side. You've got to face some kind of vehicular manslaughter charge. You've got no choice. I don't care where the fuck she was from. If I go abroad and I drive a car, I follow the rules of their roads. Even the weird ones with the right-hand turns in America with the lights, I follow their rules because I'm in somebody else's country. I have to obey their rules. And why does she have diplomatic immunity and she's not a fucking diplomat?
Well, no, they've took it away, haven't they? As soon as she got home, they took away the diplomatic immunity, but then they also said, yeah, but we're not going to do anything just yet. We'll see. There's too much going on with Brexit and all that for anyone to really care. As shit as the situation is, and I do feel for the family, I really, really do. All jokes aside, it's horrible. It's weird though, isn't it? I usually use British rules of the road, but every now and again I do play with other ones from other places, just to see what happens, and it's fine.
What, like Italian, where you pull off the wing mirror because whatever's behind you doesn't fucking matter?
Yeah, just doing bits and bobs, like ways of using junctions and things. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do this the way they do it in Taiwan. There we go, and it's usually all right.
Well, that's because you ride a bicycle, though.
Yeah, it's a bit different when you're on a bike. There's certain things that, because we don't have many rules for bikes here because they're just kind of just ignored. But places where scooters are more popular, they have rules for scooters because they need to, because there's so many of them. Smoke Steve's asking if you mean going right on red.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what they do over there, isn't it? I'm sure I saw that several times. All the cars were fucking huge anyway. I didn't know what was going on when I was last over there.
American cars are mental, dude. You'd learn to drive in the UK and you're all like, you're finding the biting point. There we go. Oh, we're away. Changing the gears, listen to the sound, the feel of it. In America, I turned a car on in America and I turned it on and it just went like a go-kart. I wasn't even pressing the gas. It just goes.
I got my first automatic car at the age of 45. Now I wouldn't have anything else. To be honest with you, the level of laziness it encourages is fantastic. But before that, I never used automatics, never used cruise control, didn't want it, wanted to be in control. Now I'd be happy with a car that drove itself.
Oh, yeah. It's weird in America, though. They all set the cruise control to 78. Everyone does, because apparently, like, that's just under, I think it was 78. Because apparently, like, even though it's over the speed limit, they still won't pull you over, apparently. So, and it's weird because everyone's got cruise control, so everyone's going that exact same speed.
So I should set it for 75.
Smoke Steve says 74. Yeah, maybe I'm mixing up my memories. I don't know.
Hot Dog Hotel says automatics for fags. Yeah, because you like a nice firm stick in your hand that you can waggle around, eh, dude?
That's the thing. We say that, but we like to mock things about other countries that are actually quite good. And it is quite good. You can put one foot up. You can sort of sit with you can sit all relaxed.
I think if you've got a sporty car, you shouldn't have an automatic. It doesn't make sense. Like one of the small two-seaters or something like that. No, anything that's there for driving pleasure. But I got a dadmobile. It's an estate car, for fuck's sake. What am I doing? Yeah. Rally driving? I've got the most precious cargo ever in it half the time. Usually, the distance I cover each day is probably about 4 miles. Just the school run,
And you're just going, aren't you? You don't want to think about it, end of the night, Thursday, midnight, just driving home, fuck it. But it's true, we do. We mock their cars, they mock our cars, and it's like the way Americans mock how many holidays Europeans take. You know, like that example I gave you the other day was the Muppets Most Wanted. You know, the main cop in that, it's just like he's constantly taking month-long holidays, and that's a point of mockery for Americans. But the truth is, it's actually quite a good thing culturally. You know, people get a bit of time off, so they can have a decent amount of time with their family and their holidays and things like that. That's not a bad thing. It's a
Yeah,
nice thing.
work should never be the most important thing in your life.
Dude, I was talking to a guy who owned a business in America, and he only gave his staff a week off a year, and that was like a week for everything total. 7 days. That was it. That's all he got. And I was like, "Are you fucking even for Chris? That includes Christmas?" He's like, it's like, "What? Fuck that bullshit, man. Fuck that bullshit up the ass."
Smoke Steve says Ferrari and Lamborghini are no longer available in true manual. I think that's all right because they're predominantly they're for people my age and above that have made shit tons of money, aren't they? That shouldn't really be in them anyway. I mean, small proper sports cars, which to me a proper sports car is something that isn't massively powerful, doesn't cost 250,000. It's a sports car, not an exotica or hypercar or a racing car. I think the closest you can get these days is probably is it Mazda MX-5. Cars like that, small two-seater sports cars. I'd want them to be manual, but you can't eat a sandwich in one of those while you're driving, dude. You can't relax.
No, I gotta be able to eat.
We can see.
I like that. Fix that shit as well. Like dentist. Fuck off, aphid lip. You know what? I really need to go. I need to get a scale and polish. I've got like a coffee stain on that tooth there. I need to get rid of it. It's driving me mad. But it's one of them where it's like, because it's just cosmetic. I don't care. She's stuck with me. Who am I trying to impress?
Oh no, Americans got to think you must have perfect straight white teeth because it's healthier to spend $50,000 at a dentist.
Yeah. Did you see that guy? What's that guy called? The coming at you by the power of the internet guy. He does all the nerd rage stuff, and he had shitty. He had that character called Francis, and his teeth were shit for ages. And then he spent like 50 grand on him, and it was so weird. He looks like Thanos now. He looks amazing.
Jurgen Klopp, the Liverpool manager, did that, didn't he? He used to have teeth like a fucking llama, that guy.
Yeah.
And now they're all perfect white, and he just looks fucking strange. But
Yeah, it's dead weird, isn't it? When you get used to someone. I tell you what, though,
it all comes over here, though, doesn't it? Perfect teeth. Don't get older. Get a nip and a tuck. Why?
Yeah.
Why are people so ashamed of getting older? What's the problem?
I don't really care about my teeth and stuff like that. I'll brush them, but I don't care about them.
Yeah, but it's like when people tell me, like, oh, you should dye your beard. Why? Who am I fooling? There's also 5 years of videos of me with a fucking white beard, and all of a sudden I'm going to turn up looking like fucking Saddam Hussein. Nah, you don't need any of that nonsense.
Then again, if we put the effort in, maybe we'd get a few more donations, eh? Hey, what about that?
I don't think me having a darker beard would make a massive difference.
Oh, Alex just said I can get a scale tool off Amazon.
That sounds like a fucking great idea.
That sounds great. Then I don't have to talk to anyone apart from I don't mind the delivery guy. I got a new one today actually. Do you remember these guys? Do you remember So Squared, where those 3 people submitted all the fake papers?
Yeah.
So it was like Mein Kampf rewritten with feminist language and the dog rape park and stuff. Well, 2 of the guys, Peter Boghossian and James Lindsay, have just brought out in the UK how to have impossible conversations, a very practical guide. I've just got that today. I'm very excited about it. Because those guys are amazing, man. Really good.
You read very highbrow stuff. I'm just rereading Terry Pratchett books at the minute.
I'm just trying, man. I'm trying because you know what it is? It's like I go on these rants and I want to know what I'm talking about. Like, for example, today, talking about that lad that got done for putting his arm on someone. A few years ago, I would have had a strong opinion about it one way or the other, but now I've got like a more informed opinion of it.
That's where you're going wrong. Oh, Nat Lynch, thank you so much.
Thank you. Towards beard dye. There you go.
You don't need an informed opinion. You just need an opinion.
I know, but if I am ranting, but what it is as well, if I'm ranting on something and someone challenges me and I come to a halt, then especially I think, well, either I need to adjust my opinion, which does happen, or I need to reinforce it with, more fuck off, happy dog. You know what? That Nat Lynch thing is the nicest insult all night so far.
Oops, a daisy. I love the way just nothing gets to you, Graham. Do you know when you know it's actually has got to Graham? When he starts explaining things in great detail to you.
I know.
And he'll tell you, no, I'm not bothered, but let me just explain myself. See, I've learned very few things of value in my long, long life. But the one thing I have learned is I'm right. Don't listen if someone says you're wrong. And, just wing it.
All right. Well, sometimes I like to know, but the thing is with those guys, like I don't read a lot of eyebrow stuff, but it's like with the so-called squared people, like everyone slags them off. The critics slag it off for saying, well, you just falsified data, and it's like, no, they didn't actually do that.
It was genius what they did. It was genius,
and it was a year's work, because what they did was they started at that. They're like, oh yeah, we'll just put in these fake papers, but they got caught straight away. They got rejected straight away, so they had to learn social justice and intersectional theory, and they had to learn it inside and out. And whereas usually someone would spend a year just doing one paper, they did like 15 in a year that were under consideration. I think 8 or 9 of them got published, but the other 8 or 9 were the other 7 or 8, sorry, were in the process of being, updated and all that. One of them was exemplary. It got an award, So for them to infiltrate so deeply, I'm like, these guys can think, man. They know what they're doing. They're not just like me going, fucking social justice warriors, this is bullshit. They actually really got into it, So this is just to get a bit of their perspective, basically. James Lindsay. I really like James Lindsay, actually.
I remember when I used to shout and scream on streams. All the time.
I know, but what are we going to do, man? We've both got kids very close to us, haven't we? I'd really like
even
to
in the
shout
studio on a Thursday night. I'm picture of calmness. I'm just calm.
Yeah, I guess so. But you've not been well, have you? People don't realise how poorly you were.
Yeah, but I'm saving it up for meat space anyway, because people have paid money, so they have to be directly abused. When I put my head down like that, the headband and my headphones looks like the start of a comb over. Maybe I should try a comb over.
I did a chosen comb over once where I actually shaved my head, but then I wouldn't do it now because it would just be a comb over, so it wouldn't be a funny joke anymore. It'd just be pathetic.
Well, I told you I did that. I used to have the Chinese pigtail. And,
yes.
What I did, I combed the hair around so it was nice. Well, it would be a side part if it hadn't come from the back, because it was very long. My Chinese pigtail was down on my ass. And then I shaved the Hitler tash in and went through to see me dad.
Because we used to go to the same clubs when we were younger, didn't we, in the 90s and that. And I'm just, whenever I think of you with that, I think, did he walk past me at some point? And I just thought, wanker. And you probably thought the same thing looking at me with my rose glasses on, tripping my tits.
I think I stopped going in those clubs in about 1994, so probably maybe not that much across there. The only time I went in there again was to gig.
Right.
At which point I wouldn't have paid any attention to you whatsoever anyway. It wouldn't have occurred to me to notice, just... I think you should do a comb over, actually, Graham. Oh, our topper's being really nasty to you. Patchwork scalp.
Oh, here we go. So he's saying it's not even...
Hang on, isn't Topper coming to Meat Space?
I don't know, but you know what?
Because do you know what I like? All these people that have been... Oh, thank you, Midget Porn Addict. Thank you so much. All these people that have been really nasty to you. With anonymity.
I know, yeah. When you're hiding behind that, man.
And watch Topper Room look like a fucking male model.
I know, yeah. Really, really dense, tight curls.
Beautiful hair. Symmetrical face, all those things. That's when you just have to settle for the old Mancunian four-backer. Yeah, but you're a dickhead.
You're just a dick.
You're a dickhead, I'm going to kick your fucking head in, you cunt.
I know. I know. Here's the thing, though, right? Here's what always happens. Yeah, people haven't got nearly as much fun in person. Happy Dog's got his sense of humour, but
Oh,
he's
yeah.
still bloody lovely when you meet him in real life.
Well, he's not going
And
to be a
then,
horrible twat in real life, is he? That's
and then, but the thing is, people are, just in case anyone isn't clear on this, you're welcome to bring whatever booze you want, So I suspect towards the end of the night, it will become very much like the comments here. People forget themselves, which is good because if they do, then we've done our job right. I want people to be able to just heckle us and have fun and all the rest of it. Midget Porn Addict said, "This is to go towards liposuction. Leave some pies for the rest of us, booth." That's the paid chat, so I had to read it out.
yeah, you did, and I think that's very nice of Midget Porn Addict.
Oh, by the way, Nat Lynch told me to calm down earlier as well, but I'd already gone off air, so I couldn't read it out. I've just remembered now. She sent me 2 quiz and said, "Calm down, Graham." And he's like, "No, I'm not going to calm down because some little boy's just had his life ruined for being shit at chatting a girl up."
Well, to be honest, it's his own fault for being such a pussy. Let's be fair. Should have just used a proper line on her. Just sailed straight in, gone for the kiss, grabbed the arse, and done 3 years.
I know. I bet he's wishing he did grab her tits now in terms of the way he's being treated.
He's on a sex offenders register for touching someone's fucking arm.
I know. And as part of it, it was like, oh, well, he would have touched my boob if I. Well, you don't know that, do you? And you know what? You don't arrest people for what you think they would have done. So, I mean, maybe if he was running at you with a gun, going, "Give me your fucking money," then you've got more of a case in terms of attempted robbery. But he grabbed my arm and might have got my boob as well.
I think the problem for me is, like if someone said, right, that's it, you're going to be on the sex offenders register, he might as well have done something to get on it. At least shown her his, penis and cried, "Please."
I know.
It's like if you found out you were going to get sent down for life, you might as well go and kill someone.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on that. I'd be all over it. Honestly, I would. I'd go full fucking Punisher. But dude, did you see though?
Out of breath and sweaty Punisher.
Yeah, a bit slow. It'd be just the slow motion bit.
And because you're English, you'd be apologising.
I'm so sorry.
Stab.
So sorry.
I'm sorry. Stab. Pardon me.
But no, did you see the other day though, relating to that lad, actually, I saw it just after I went off the stream. Some 13-year-olds just got done in America. Federal charges for fucking pointing a gun at someone, like the butt of fingers, just going like that at a few people and then doing it to herself. And they were like, "Arrest that girl."
Well, I know in my son's school they're not allowed to do that.
It's crazy, man. It's absolutely insane. My little girl said something about something she's not allowed to do. What was it now? And I'm just thinking, oh God, there's rules. There's fucking rules already. Piss off. But yeah, I hate the thought of that. Why are you not allowed to do that?
I don't know, but Smoke Steve just called you the Bunisher.
The Bunisher.
I'm really quite enjoying this evening. Ian Cam has a very strong point there. Lads these days, this is what happens when you have no Sid James role models. And it's right, because, you know, all as much as I agree with you up to the letter, I think the great problem is that most of the musicians nowadays are milky toast, fucking beta, boring, dull bastards. And, it just, I don't know, I feel really bad for that lad, because he clearly had no confidence whatsoever. And he just made a hash of trying to talk to somebody, and he touched her arm.
I know.
And I'm sorry, for the boob grabbing, no one that nervous is a tit grabber. That takes confidence, I'd imagine.
You know what annoys me, right? When Marvel were coming big and everything, and that Captain America fella, what's his name? One of the Chris's. Like, the whole thing with him in early interviews was he plays the cleanest one out of the Avengers, out of the superheroes. But in reality, he's a proper wreckhead. And I quite like the idea of that, that as a role model, because obviously Captain America is going to be a role model to a lot of people. And I liked the idea of them finding out, like, he does go out drinking and he does pranks and he's got a dark sense of humor and all the rest of it. And then at some point, it seems like Disney just sat him down and said, right, you're going to be insanely woke from now on. That's your life now. And it was the same with Iron Man. You know, fucking Robert Downey Jr. has got a history, man, a bad history, drugs, death, all sorts, bad things, and yet we just kind of wash over it. And to me, I'm kind of thinking,
Well,
kids need a bit of that. They need to know about it.
The other problem is that people expect their heroes to be whiter than white. You know, and the outrage, if a rock star or a pop star, when they caught those lads, I don't know if it was One Direction, whatever the fuck it was, but they caught some lads who were on tour and they smoked a marijuana joint. A band on tour, they took marijuana. They slept with people of a legal age.
Do you know what, man? My friend of mine, I won't say who he is, and I won't say what the band is, but he went on tour with a big band, and it was one of these rock metal, like rah rah, you know. You'll definitely know who they are. And he was filming backstage for, you know, the kind of documentary stuff, and he was just filming it, and he had to hand the tapes in at the end of everything so they could be severely edited.
Oh, yeah.
Any drinking, smoking, language, everything was gutted from him, everything. And these were bad boys. These were like what we would consider bad boys. But no. Even they're being sanitized to a phenomenal level.
The things that go on tour that are raised. I mean, I knew some guys who weren't in a massive band, but they were touring certain places in Europe, and some of the shit I saw on their photos. You know, I mean, guys, what they're supposed to do. Young people got some money. They've got people adoring them. What else are they supposed to do? They're supposed to fucking take drugs and drink.
Yeah, dude, I've come off stage at a festival, fucking wrecked set and all that, and as we've walked off, someone's just been there handing us tabs of acid or whoever wants it.
I was in a metal band, that didn't happen. I just got like blokes wanting to talk to me about effects pedals and guitar strings.
No, nobody made that mistake with Livestock Jihad. No one was like, yes, they want to discuss the intricacies of the music. No. It was like, I want to get fucked with those guys. I'm gonna give them some of my drugs.
I think the only time drugs and bands get out when I was tour managing for a couple of bands, just small tours, but we were at one venue with one of the bands, and he was showing the percussionist his tin of purple Kush. I think that's what it was. And he was being a real dick, but he said, you can have one bud, there you go. And he saw me, so he went, oh, you can have a bud. So I put my hand in the tin, and grabbed a great big handful, and just gave it to the percussionist. And then on the way back, I had to stop the tour bus at the top of Snake Pass so everyone could get fucking wrecked and wander around going, how bright the stars are.
I can't do that, man. I can't with the old weed. I get all I get like this shit now with all these fats things. I'd be a mess. Like I wouldn't just be like mildly irritated. I'd just be an absolute mess. I
didn't have anxiety. I was like herding fucking sheep.
Oh no, I can't do any of that, me. I'm just sat there like, no. And then you know what as well? Like I won't touch weed ever. But the second I do, the second I'm out and someone goes, oh, do you want to? And yeah, all right, just have a couple of tokes just to get along with everyone or whatever. And, you know, it's no big deal. The second I actually feel stoned, my mum phones me with some really bad news, some really horrific stuff. I don't talk to her for like 6 months, a year. And then at that exact moment, it's like some alarm goes off in her head of like, I need to give him a ring right now. I'm going to tell him something awful.
I think if I did weed now, I would be absolutely fucking chonged off one joint.
Yeah, me too, man.
I would be absolutely fucked.
I would. It's the same with booze, man. I used to drink constantly, but I can't. Like, I'll just have a beer now, and I'm fine. That's enough for me.
Oh, I get a lovely little buzz on.
Yeah, I actually get a buzz. I'm like, oh, this is my one beer. Yeah, it's nice. But yeah, Aphid Lip said the only true role models are our leaders in government. Well, thank God for Trump, then, eh? Fuck yeah. Do you know what? Ironically enough, you know, I'm joking, but he is a weird, messed up kind of role model because, you know, with like cancel culture and all this like dredging through people's tweets and saying you did this, you follow this person. I do think he is a role model, especially for the coming generation of just not giving a fuck. You know, like they throw all this shit at him and he just genuinely does not care. He'll just share a meme mocking him. that someone's made him and sent him, and he'll share it on his own account. Yeah, I like that about him. I like that a lot.
Well, I've noticed with Junior, we're bringing kids up now, and it's the attitudes that come back from school. I was bullied today. I said, "What do you mean you were bullied?" Well, someone said something a bit mean. I said, "That's not bullying."
That's not bullying. You need that. You need it. It's in there. Oh no, I had the book earlier in the stream, but I threw it. If you watch the stream like 20 minutes in, you can hear a loud crash when I just go, "Read a fucking book." It's just gone now.
But there's too much of this now.
You need it though. You need it.
Yeah. But by the same token, what I've noticed is, the teachers are all, on at some kids, but there's another kid. What was it? He got tigged too much, so he told my son to fuck off and punched him. But Junior didn't call that bullying. He was just like, no, it was just, lost his temper. And no, son, that's a lot closer than someone saying something. Words don't mean anything. But now that he's getting older, I'm starting giving him some things to say. I'm sure that will improve things dramatically.
I'm going to be a little bit of a hypocrite here, but things like the last thing Graham needs is the munchies. I would say that this is bordering on bullying now, guys. Actual violence.
Yeah, actual violence. Actual violence, Jesus.
Fucking munchies. You know what? The ironic thing is that when I did used to smoke, I was scrawny as anything, tiny. Probably because I didn't actually live outside of it. You're just sitting there, aren't you? And I was a kid. Right, let's watch three films back to back. All right, yeah, sweet.
So, like watching things, I watched that El Camino.
Oh yeah, how'd you find it, man?
Very boring.
Yeah, it wasn't as It was okay. It was like a good epilogue to the series. Like if it had been 6 months after it or something like that. But I think it being a film, I was expecting
2 hours of absolutely fuck all. Absolutely nothing happened of any interest whatsoever. Boring, dreadful. At one point, I was thinking a while ago watching Breaking Bad again. It's put me off.
Oh, well, you can always go through Breaking Bad again. Although I would recommend The Wire if you've not watched that yet. The Wire is really good. But yeah, I agree with you, man. It was, right, here's the thing. It was cool seeing the flashbacks, and it was cool seeing all the old characters. Everyone had their little moment and all the rest of it. But really, I wanted it to be, like a real, a new story, a new thing, an actual, do you know what I mean? Something really... like let's find out what happened to him after the show finished, and then I don't know. Yeah, it was okay. I just think it was hyped up too much, and to call it a film was unacceptable.
Yeah, I think because Alex just pointed out Breaking Bad is full of scenes of nothing, 5-minute silences, but it kind of worked. It was like Better Call Saul, was it? I mean, I gave up on that after season 2, but it was very slow, but it kind of worked.
Yeah, and
El Camino just seemed slow because they couldn't think of anything to fill it with.
Yeah, I think the thing with the Breaking Bad was when you get a full minute of someone not talking, it's because there was things going on there. There was a whole power dynamic, and it was so well acted that there was something going on. It just wasn't necessarily talking. Oh, dude, though, BoJack Horseman, new series coming out. You've
never watched it.
I know you've not, and it's one of them where like it's one of those shows everyone hassles you about it, and then you finally watch it and you're like, and then you become one of the people that hassles everyone about it. Like it's some of it's okay, but the good stuff is really fucking good, really really good, phenomenal. I can't wait for the series. Like there's a funeral scene in it in the last series, and the entire episode, and bear in mind this is an animated show, the entire episode is just one shot with the horse just talking. It's a fucking monologue, and it is stunning. It is really good. One of the best things I've ever seen. Oh, dude. Owen Jones on Jeremy Vine. Have you seen this?
No.
Owen Jones. This isn't what Fat Belly has said, but Owen Jones tried to repeat the thing about, well, there's 78 opinion polls, and 77 of them said that, Remain was in the lead or whatever. forgetting that Jeremy Vine does the election stuff, does the polling stuff. That fucker just got up, got a whiteboard, and went into his full election night spiel. And he was like, leave. No. It was, should we respect the result of the referendum? Yes was 54%. It's gone up from the original leave vote. Remain was 34. Oh. And then don't know was like 14 or something like that. I can't remember if that all adds up or whatever. But it's a brilliant clip if you want to look it up, of him just sort of like half pointing the pen at Owen Jones.
Dude, I think any time in life that you make a point in an argument and some guy goes, "Oh, that's your point, is it? Let me get my whiteboard." You are fucked. You are finished, because you're about to get dismantled in a very dry and dull way.
Well, he just said, Owen Jones did that sort of weird sulky, like, oh, I can't block you like I would do in real life on Twitter. I can't block your face. Where it's just like that, because he was going, Remain is done. Remain as an option is finished. It does not have public support. And Owen Jones was just like, because you know what they're doing though? They're rigging the polls where they'll get revoke / Remain in Europe. Revoke Article 50 / Remain in Europe. And then they'll have the percentage for that that's 30, whatever. But then they'll break everything else up. So they're like, Boris's deal, May's deal, no deal, another deal. And then so that there's all varying things to that. And then they go, look, Remains in the lead. And
they did a big,
not really.
A poll of 2,500 young people that's supposed to be representative of all the young people in the country. Still more than 1/3 will leave.
Yeah, why not? Fucking do it. We've got to do it. So, do you think this deal's going to go through that Boris has just sorted out? It's been very exciting today, isn't it?
I don't like this deal. I think it's just Theresa May's deal with a different coloured blouse. And what I'm hoping, and what I probably won't get, is, how they've, in their wisdom, made no deal illegal.
Yes.
If this deal doesn't get pushed through, what they're banking on is that somehow we'll get an extension if we offer a referendum, but no one really wants a referendum in the Houses of Parliament.
No. They've voted against it like 4 times now, haven't they?
Now, Tusk, that dreadful man, disagrees with Junckers, but Junckers has said, I don't see any reason there should be any more extensions. Now we've agreed a deal, that's it. Now, this could be a way out of it, because if it doesn't go through Parliament, EU law will trump British law while we're still in the EU. Therefore, we could end up with no deal, which would make me laugh uproariously.
You know what? No deal just before Meat Space would be a lot of fun. But I don't think it's going to happen.
It won't happen.
Be great.
It won't happen.
Be great. We could have a wall full of blades, because obviously everything will be Mad Max by then. 2 days of no deal, full Mad Max.
That's it. We'll be sucking insulin out of other people's pancreases or wherever the fuck it comes from. Just literally just living the life. Well, I'll tell you, I've picked out the neighbours I'm going to eat.
You've already got 2 gimp slaves, one either side of the desk. Just
I've spray painted the neighbours I'm going to eat.
Yeah. Happy Dog's out back, just barbecuing the neighbours. What's street this? Street.
Where's he from?
I know, don't. It was terrible. The only thing I could think of was peas pudding. But
that's it. So yeah, we could be cannibalistic hill dwellers by the time Meat Space rolls around. That could be it.
Fuck off, Lee.
Now, you see, that's where you're wrong, Lee, because you want to look for muscly people. Muscly people. Calm down, Graham. Calm down your moves. Shh. You want muscly people because they're full of muscle, which is meat. However, you do need the fat people for making your roast potatoes.
Look, right. You could make
a lot
leg
of fucking potatoes off you, dude.
No, get right up the thigh and the arse, the whole thing. That my leg would roast up lovely. How dare you?
Especially basted in what's from there up.
How fucking dare you? My legs would be lovely. Lovely, very tasty.
Yeah, Urbana Fox isn't coming to Meat Space, is she?
No, there's a bit of an issue with that. I was messaging her privately, but no, she can't come, which is a shame.
Is it the? No, actually, I'm not even going to ask. None of my fucking business.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Brexit, I don't know what's happening there. I've been in a general state of confusion, obviously, for 12 months at least. But now I don't see why everyone's so happy about this deal.
well, it's part of the play, isn't it? I mean, everyone said the deal would be getting a renegotiated deal because whatever it is a renegotiate. It is a changed deal. Obviously, the things of just saying, well, they've just mixed it up a bit is perfectly valid, but. I think it's the thing of saying getting it in the timescale was impossible, but then now they're saying that they do have the votes to get it through, but they're always going to say that. Boris isn't going to stand there and go, "This will never get through Parliament," is he? He's obviously saying we've got the votes in because he wants it to be self-fulfilling. But yeah, there's no point making predictions at this point. We're just going to have to see on Super Saturday, which, by the way, there was talk of Labour voting against, not just voting against the deal, but voting against going to work on a Saturday. Can you imagine?
Lazy socialist bastards.
I know, and he's because I thought it was all about no deal, Corbyn. I thought you were against no deal.
I don't
So
think Corbyn is.
so why don't you go in and debate the fucking deal, dickhead?
But yeah, Alex has just said, and I think that'd be beautiful. He wants no deal and a live stream to the reactions of Owen Jones, Chuka Umunna, James O'Brien, and many others. Of course, David Lammy. Gotta be David Lammy. Oh, that'd be beautiful to watch his face.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's obviously a plan going on, and I'm just going to see how it plays out. It's funny you mentioned James O'Brien today. I saw him because when Extinction Rebellion got beat up on that train.
Yes.
Yeah. They were even James O'Brien did a tweet saying, "No, this isn't good enough," but he didn't do the tweet saying this isn't good enough. He said because
he called it the lunatic fringe, didn't he?
But yeah, to just straight up criticize him, he couldn't bring himself to do that because that would allow for him being wrong about something. So he framed it like this. He said, "Greta, Saint Greta, obviously, inspired me to take public transport to work." And it was like, oh, you didn't know about it before then, did you, dickhead? Before a child with mental issues told you to get a bus. And he said, this is so disgusting, that you're interrupting like a clean form of whatever and all this. And it's like, you had to just bring the virtue signal in it, didn't you? It's like, oh, these people are bad, but not me because I'm over here with Greta Thunberg. Fuck off.
What I most enjoyed was not only the fact that middle class twat actually tried to kick the guy in the face who was trying to get him off the train.
I know, yeah.
And people saying it's disgusting that he was roughed up by the crowd. He kicked the guy in the face. It was in Canning Town. This is not where the Summerfields are. This is not where the middle class people belong.
I know.
And that was made clear to them. And the same, one guy said, well, we're not trying to garner support. We're trying to make people notice. Like, dude, you're trying to stop ordinary people going to fucking work.
Yeah.
For these guys, if they don't work, they don't get paid. Their families don't get fed. They don't have trust funds. They don't have disposable income. They don't have savings.
I know.
They have to work.
I saw one of them getting an interview today, and they were basically just saying the same thing they've been saying all along of like, well, I'm here. You're interviewing me, aren't you? It's newsworthy. I get to tell everyone that the world's on fire, and it's like, yeah, but you're only being interviewed at this point because everyone hates you. Like, the consensus is that everyone hates you.
I'd like to talk about Extinction Rebellion briefly. This is something written by Stuart Baston, who was one of the original co-founders of Extinction Rebellion. He's been with them since 2018, when 15 of them started it. These are his words. I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm here to say that Extinction Rebellion isn't about the climate. Did you hear that? It's not about... This is from one of the co-founders of Extinction Rebellion.
I've read this. I've read this statement, actually, before.
You see, the climate's breakdown is a symptom of a toxic system that has infected the way we relate to each other as humans and to all life. This was exacerbated when European civilization, in quotes, was spread around the globe through cruelty and violence, especially over the last 600 years of colonialism, although the roots of the infections go much further back. As Europeans spread their toxicity around the world, they brought torture, genocide, carnage, and suffering to the ends of the earth. Their cultural myths justified the horrors, such as the idea that indigenous people were animals, and therefore God had given us dominion over them. Blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Euro-Americans violently imposed and taught dangerous delusions that they used to justify the exploitation and reinforced our dominance. So here's the deal. He then goes in. This is Extinction Rebellion. You know, the world's going to explode.
Yeah.
The delusion of white supremacy centers whiteness. So basically, the delusion of patriarchy, the delusions of Eurocentrism, without which he wouldn't be able to write this for anybody anyway. The delusions of heterosexism, heteronormativity. So here's the deal, guys. If you're white, if you think that heterosexuality is the norm, which, by the way, if you would use the words correctly, it is, because if it wasn't, there wouldn't be any gay people, because you need heterosexual people to create other people. So if you're white, European, or even of European descent, if you're heterosexual and you believe in heteronormativity or whatever the fuck it is now, basically, that's what they want to get rid of.
Yeah,
of course. They want communism. They want to
quite openly
empower. Why do you think they've not had a pop at China? I mean, the UK isn't even in the top 15 most polluting countries. I don't think we're close.
I know. But, well, that's part of the lie they tell, isn't it? Because they go, well, if you go back to the Industrial Revolution, then add it all up and all that. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, what about now? What about the last 10 years? Look at the data for the last 10 years. Biodiversity is going up in this country. The environment is recovering. Yeah, it was bad. We fucked up. We really fucked up. And we realised in the 90s, but then by 2010, it's cleaning up. And it is.
Of course it is.
But they won't admit it. They just pick the date that's appropriate. They're like, the government's not doing anything. It's like, well, they are though, aren't they? They're doing a lot. So are businesses.
He does double down here though. He says to focus on the climate's breakdown, the symptom, without focusing attention on these toxic delusions, the causes, is a form of denialism. Worse, it's a racist and sexist form of denialism that takes away from the necessary focus of the need for all of us to decolonize ourselves.
Fuck's sake, man. Fuck's sake. I saw someone saying that with chiptune the other day. It needs to be decolonized. It's like, the fuck are you talking about, man?
That doesn't even mean anything.
Of course it doesn't mean anything. And these same people, this is my fucking thing, man. These same people worship the fucking NHS as if it's some glorious social thing. But they're hypocrites. They just choose it whenever they want because they're more than happy to rape every country on the planet for their doctors and nurses so we can run our healthcare cheaply. That kind of colonization is absolutely fine. But you talk about climate change, you talk about a carbon, and it's like, no, we need to get rid of white supremacy and all that. And it's like, well, why don't you? And here's the thing: they came head to head to it today. They came face to face to it with an absolute mob of people going fuck off because there's a reality. Capitalism and the way the world is, and yet even the emissions are the reason why poverty is spiraling down, like at a phenomenal rate, faster than anyone thought it would. More people are getting water, more people are getting electricity. India's just exploded. They suddenly have a middle class out of nowhere.
Might well do soon if things carry on going the way they are with Pakistan.
Well, yeah, but but here's the thing though, with this whole fucking lie about Extinction Rebellion, they tell a tiny part of the story. They talk about the emissions and they talk about, oh, well, there's going to be mass starvation and mass poverty. And it's like, yeah, but what we're doing now is stopping starvation and stopping poverty. That's what the system we've got now is actually working slowly, but faster than anyone thought it would be. There's there's been like 2 billion people added to the planet, and yet the people who were poor has gone down to 1 billion. We're feeding more, even though there's more of us. It's fucking insane.
They don't see this though, because we know that's not what they want. We read their agenda when they first came on our radar back in 2018, I think, and it was clearly like a fucking communist manifesto. You know, when you looked at the other, was it 15 key points or something like that on that shitty old website they used to have. And that's clearly what it is. It's nothing else. It's just, you know, it's like I see people online today over that Labour MP that quit, and she said it's because of anti-Semitism, which you and I both watched Richie's show, and that all got quite excitable, didn't it?
Did Richie Allen get pulled today for that, by the way?
No.
Right.
His internet just went, and that was that.
Because he had screamed the Jews for like 30th time in the row, and then his stream just went dead, and it was like someone at YouTube just went, nope.
No, it was literally just his internet, but because we were having a bit of a chuckle about that, he texted me afterwards. But you know, I was reading the responses, not the Jew-based responses, but there was other ones like, well, good, because we need a proper socialist MP to take us forwards and redistribute wealth in this country.
Oh yeah, fucking as if there's anything like the concept of redistributing wealth does not exist. You create wealth. You either create wealth or you destroy wealth. If someone has £1 million, taking 500 off to me doesn't give me wealth. Not at all, man. You create wealth by creating value. By you can train me. But even then, man, look, we've now got half of kids going to school, half of people going to school, and yet they couldn't be more fucking stupid. So there's this idea that you just take money off. It's fucking nonsense. You create wealth by giving people the fucking freedom to just live and work, and you know, people need to find value in themselves, man. It's fucking bullshit. Redistribute fucking well. Don't get me wrong, man. Like socialists have some phenomenal qualities sometimes. You know, if they're really, really caring about like making sure that old folks' homes are run well and things like that. And it's like, yeah, there is, and to the point where they are wasting money. They'll overspend and they'll waste money. But you know what?
That's social values, isn't it?
But,
more than
yeah, but as a society, we're like, well, that's all right. We'll run that at a bit of a deficit. These idiots that don't understand how the world works, don't understand basic economics, we'll let them run at a bit of a loss, a little bit of a deficit, so that the old folks have got nice surroundings and they've looked after and they've got, you know, shit like that. And that's good. But if you take that attitude to a fucking government-wide level, it fails every time. Every single time. Phenomenally so. Everyone forgets that with Thatcher getting in. Oh, fucking Thatcher. And it's like, do you not remember what happened before Thatcher? The reason she got in, that people were so scared. She was in for like a decade and a half because they were so terrified of that shit.
And of course, the funny thing was that sowed all the seeds for the discontent. I mean, there's no win. There's just slow improvement.
Yeah.
And, you know, the winter of discontent and all that in the 70s, that's why my old man voted Tory for the first time in his life. Because he didn't want 3-day weeks and, you know, not getting your bins emptied and shit. And Thatcher put something in place where people could prosper for a while. But there were still many, many things that were hugely damaging to poor people that she managed to do as well. And we still suffer from some of those today. You can't find a good balance.
No, well, the only good balance is less interference, man. That's the problem. The problem is central planet. Be it the conservative or the socialist brand. It's that top down. They decide. Like, have you seen this thing the conservatives are doing at the moment? They've just come out with this brand new idea. It's absolutely amazing, where they want to bring in this points based system for immigration. And what they want to do is, if you're going to move outside London, that gives you more points. And it's like, are you insane? What is this kind of like? There's too many immigrants in London. I know what we'll do. We'll just create this weird fucking points based system to just fill Bradford with them. And that doesn't make any fucking sense. That's like taking the problem. It's like when you get homeless people and just ship them off to another city. It's like, bye. It doesn't solve anything. It doesn't solve any issue of integration.
The childish idea is probably just spread people out a little bit more, isn't it? But it never fucking works anyway. But
There's still going to be all the ones that are in London now that are creating massive strains on education and hospitals. They're all still going to be there, though.
oh yeah,
You just get even more and chuck them over. It's just insane, man. We can't. We genuinely need to put a hold for now on immigration until we actually build more houses, which we are doing, by the way. This year's actually been really good for it. I know because my brother works in the industry, and they have got mad targets right now, and they're making mad money if they actually do it. You know, I mean, you've seen the cranes everywhere. Manchester's got more cranes than LA at the moment. You know, they're going mad, and it's because just been so many years of us saying, like, we've got no houses. You know, like, there's just not enough. I'd be happy for immigration to go back up again. Immigration's a great thing, but we need to cut it off for now. We definitely need to cut it off for now because we're not even building enough houses for the people who are moving here.
no.
Like it's you know, it was like 100,000 a year, but our net is 300,000 people a year. So no wonder they're all crammed into tiny little houses. You know, the 5 per bedroom and all that shit. No wonder. And we're not physically building enough houses yet. But again, that's not going to happen with government intervention. They need to get the fuck out of the way. 100%. That's why. Here's the thing, like Liverpool, man. You can ask my brother about this in Meat Space. Nobody wants to build houses in Liverpool because it's that socialist haven, and there is so much red tape, and there is so much planning. Like planning permission, and this isn't a question of like just submitting your thing and then getting it in. They're so involved with every layer and every bit of it that it's not worth doing because you're waiting 2 years just to build a building.
It's not the
and by
only
the time
reason.
you do,
It's not the only reason they don't want to build in Liverpool, though.
well,
Well, it's a shithole, isn't it? Steal everything. Eat out of bins. Fucking statues of the Beatles everywhere.
we used to
Terrible place.
very good mate of mine's from Liverpool, and when I pop round, I always bring him something I've robbed. There you go. There's a bag of crisps. I robbed it, so you know you'd feel less fish out of water being here in
feel
Manchester.
More at home, dude. We've got to stop. It's half past.
What?
It's 11:30, and I'm done.
Yeah, no, that's all right. That's all right. See, my problem is I drank one of this Blue Bolt, just before we came on air. So I'm just going to be sat on the couch all fucking night.
Magni Nona says everyone leave Graham alone. He's got enough on his plate.
Oh, fuck off. That's another fat joke, isn't it?
Yes.
That's a good one, though. I'll give
is.
it that.
Which is, it's wrong, though.
Dude.
Graham never has enough on his plate.
Fuck off. You know, that Hot Dog Hotel said, imagine in primary school, girl, boy, trans, bi, asexual. My girl today told me about, oh, well, you go in the machine, and if you go in a boy, you come out a girl, and if you go in a girl, you come out a boy. And I was like, well, what if I want to be a bunny rabbit? I was like, this isn't just a straight thing. He said, I'm just thinking, but it turns out it's just something she's built on Minecraft, basically. It's a closet. You know, on Minecraft, you can change your skins. But I was like, oh, they've not filled her head with this nonsense already. She's so innocent.
Oh, the NSPCC were at my son's school.
Yeah?
All the kids had to wear something yellow for mental health awareness. So I had to explain what mental health was to my 7-year-old son. And they were going on to them about, you know, if you feel bad, you can talk to this one. If you're being abused, what's abuse? People saying things that upset you.
Yeah.
No, that's not abuse. Why can't you just teach them to stay away from people that want to show you puppies and shit like that?
Yeah.
You know, why feel? And you can always phone Childline. I'm going, you didn't remember the number, did you? He went, no.
Jesus Christ, man. I got it was funny actually. I saw a friend of mine tweet saying he missed coming out day. He was like, oh, I missed coming out day. And I couldn't even be arsed with it, but I thought to myself, it's not gonna be a matter because there'll be another gay day in 3 days, 3 or 4 days. And there was. It was literally like 2 nights later. It was the everyone was wearing purple. And it's like, oh well, we're all wearing purple because of the purple in the rainbow. And it's like, are we gonna do a colour for each line in the rainbow flag now, are we? It's going to have its own individual specific fucking day.
I'm quite surprised they not had a rainbow day at my son's school yet, to be honest with you. You know? I'm very surprised. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for them to get one of them trans folks to come in and read to the kids. Hopefully not like some of them other ones where they've been registered sex offenders and shit, you know.
I know. I hope they get a proper loud, dirty tranny from the gay district. They're the good ones. They're the ones you want. We got some awesome trannies in Manchester. Proper trannies.
Oh yeah, old school.
Yeah,
Old school.
yeah.
Hands like fucking ditch diggers.
Yeah, the legit ones,
Hairy
man.
as fuck.
Big purple drawn on eyeshadow like that. Yes.
Proper.
Nice.
Proper.
You're right, Chuck. They're sharp as well. Anyway, we got to go, haven't we? We got to go.
And they always burst into song. I am what I am. And off they go.
I just love it because you get a level with them really quickly. No matter what you say to them, they'll always come back on you harder. They're always wicked, and I fucking love those ones.
I saw two having a fight once in town. It was fucking brilliant. Fucking awesome. Because at first it was all like, just trying to use cutting barbs. Because they were dressed up to the nines. Like, no woman ever dresses. But it wasn't...
Oh, yeah, like nails out here, like 3 inches.
But it wasn't long before one had the other one at the back of the neck and was just filling, the other bloke's face in. All the ladylike shit went out the window. Just straight out the window. Guys, thank you so much for watching tonight. Hugely appreciated. If you'd like to support the project, I did mention it earlier. But if you'd like to help us keep the lights on, please do check out patreon.com/triggerwarningtv or head over to triggerwarning.tv. Join up and you can donate there too. All donations do go into the pot to keep us going and enable us to do more. And we have got the Meat Space event, which of course is sold out now.
Yes.
So I don't know if any more tickets will be available. I doubt it at this point after doing all the measurements and things, but I think it's just sold out and that's it until the next one, which is kind of cool.
Thanks, Terence, for that tweet, by the way, that we got live on air. Big fat me. I've retweeted it if anyone wants to see. Fuck's sake.
Right, it's Thursday, isn't it? So we'll be back on Tuesday. Are you doing a show tomorrow afternoon?
Yes, I've got my mad list, man. I've got my list is huge this week because I was doing the doctor's stuff earlier in the week and I've got so much to talk about. Yeah, I'll be about.
Because Graham does a stream every weekday at noon, midday meltdown,
Yeah.
and do check that out. That's UK time if you're one of those grubby foreign people with the funny times.
I still need to get Sidewalk closed on. Actually, I really want to do a Skype with him at some point during that. I need to message him.
Hook it up, and we'll be back on Tuesday evening at 10:30 p.m. Then next Thursday we'll be back in the studio. The Thursday after that there won't be a show, but there will be on the Saturday. So yeah, I'll speak to you guys again on Tuesday. Have a cracking weekend, and yeah, that's about it. Night night, everybody.